we may be getting the first signs of our first market crash of the year this year. We're going to talk about that. We've got a pretty big Team of the Week 2 leaked. They did end up juicing it more than we kind of thought they would. We've also got a road to the knockout SBC on the way that has just been confirmed. The first patch came out today for FC25. A lot to talk about. The debate and beef continues on Twitter, talking about whether this game and gameplay is good or not. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Okay, thanks for watching my dumbass. And Ali Watt came out today, and she's super duper cheap. She's an A3 rated squad. She's like 9,000 coins. Why not? Really easy to do. Won't take you long to finish. And she can do a lot of different positions. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. And we also got another Evo today that honestly looks great once again. I really like these evolutions, actually. Some people might not like them. I like these a lot because this only ups pace. This is all this does, but the reason this is so good is because this can be chained so easily now. When the next center back Evo comes out, it's going to be so easy to chain this card. Like this Koulibaly, right? This Koulibaly, I can now get up to 81 pace there. It looks like a really good center back card, and he'll easily fit into another evolution whenever that drops, because he's only 84 rated, no playstyle plus. So I really like these because these leave so much room for the next chain as well, and we're getting them like almost every day. So I gotta say, off to a nice start so far. Keep this up, please. I really like where this is going so far. Also, shameless self promo, second channel Poacher Plus Plus video. I talked about how much I really enjoy it and how it can help you score goals, so go and watch that if you do need some tips. But then we got this leak, and that was Vinny is going to be in the Team of the Week 2. We weren't sure how good it was going to be, but EA did what they always do, and they found a way to juice it up. This was the first card we got, and then we just got the whole Team of the Week leaked all together, and here it is. The top cards right here, obviously Vinicius Jr. there. Florian Wirtz is going to be in Team of the Week. Heung-min Son ends up in Team of the Week. Amazing. Bremer ends up in. Bremer, I'm telling you, is so good. The start of every FIFA, by the way. Luis Diaz has made it in. Rafinha makes it. Mateo. Michael Olise does make it in. Jackson makes it in. Harder, who has technical plus and a really nice card, by the way. At first stats still looks something like that. And then Ruben Neves is in it as well. And then we also have the bench. The FUT Police League's tweeted out, and it also has cards like Mukoko is in it. You know, could he be a featured Team of the Week, right, where he gets a bigger stat boost? Nobody else really noticeable here. Muslera is in it, I guess. But yeah, really nice Team of the Week too. Hopefully some of these cards are a little bit more affordable. I'm hoping we see like an affordable Harder if she's really this good. Even though technical plus, I don't like it as much this year. I don't think off the bat. I could be wrong about that as we get later on into, you know, more games into the cycle here. But I wasn't in love with it. And let me know if you guys also think technical plus is a little bit worse this year. I don't know if that's just me. And then we got word of an SBC that is going to come out. Diogo Jota, we knew was coming out in the team. It's now confirmed he'll be an SBC as well, which, all right, he'll be upgradable too. Road to the knockouts always are upgradable, and you know, the card's going to look decent and hopefully get some upgrades, but he'll be pretty expensive though, is kind of why I'm not as hyped about it. They usually juice these types of cards up that are upgradable. Bruno Guimaraes last year was insanely expensive, and there's another one off the top of my head I'm not thinking of right now, but they were kind of overpriced. And then there was this sad news. According to Fabrizio Romano, Rafa Varane is considering to retire from professional football after his recent injury. And because this report is even coming out, you would maybe lean it's more likely he probably will retire, which in that case, we should see an end of an era Varane at some point, which obviously won't be probably anytime too soon, but it could be the next couple weeks here. We could see an end of an era Rafael Varane, which would be an insane card, of course, as he's been great in FIFA since I think he stepped foot in the game as a silver or something. I don't know. But some sad news if you guys didn't see that. And also, if you missed it, for this Friday, we have UCL Icons and Heroes leaks to be on the way. And we have the full Road to the Knockout team as well if you've missed that at all. Sorry, it's low quality, but it's the only one I could seemingly find right now. And I'm pretty sure we are still unsure about who the SBCs are, but a pretty good promo team. And then we got this, which was an EA direct communication tweet. I saw that title update number 1 will soon be available. I said, oh boy, what are they fixing now? Will this be a fixing the menu speed? What will this exactly entail? Well, there's not much, honestly. They addressed a couple stability issues here. One with match highlights and tournaments, and one occurred following a penalty shootout, and that's all. So I don't know if there will actually be more changes here. They don't say in the patch notes. Could there be the menus and stuff? I mean, I doubt it. It does feel like the menus are slightly getting faster over the days, but it's slowly getting there, and it should be obviously way faster speed than it is now. But title update number 1 won't be addressing many concerns, and probably was never going to. That'll come out, I'd guess, next week or the week after that, where we'll see like the first actual patch of the game. I also thought this was kind of interesting here. The most used players so far this year, according to FUTBIN and like their FUTBIN transfer market, they calculate how many games are played on each card on the market. So it's not exact, but it's pretty damn close. And Llorente is actually number 1, which I was kind of surprised by. Doku at 2, Koeman 3, Rashford 4, Alvarez 5. 2, 3, and 4, not surprising at all, but at Llorente and Alvarez, kind of surprising there. Also, I kind of bring this up because I do want to say, what is your favorite card you have used so far this year? Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear why as well you like them so much. Is it a role? Is it a play style? You know, what exactly is it? But yeah, not surprised to see very high-paced players here either, all in the top 5, because I think you need it a lot this year. Okay, now let's get into the market and kind of what that's looking like. Right now, we actually have a big rise in a very specific card right now. Last year was Rolfo. She gained a ton of hype, right? Immediately after the game came out, everyone was like, oh my god, this card's actually a god. Now it's Patrick Guijarro. Why? Well, if we search long ball plus players, there's really only a few real usable options here that are fairly cheap. Patrick Guijarro is 37,750. She's actually down a bit because I think the market's kind of going down right now, but there was a while where this card was like 45,000, and she was at one point about 18,000. Yeah, 16k there, September 19th, 17k, 20k. She keeps going up and stuff because people are realizing long ball plus is very, very good again this year. Easy to link her with all the men's Barcelona players that are out there, Spanish cards. So it kind of shows you as well where the meta is going. Long ball plus appears to be very, very good right now. It's kind of a random side note. The real thing I want to talk about is the market right now, because it's kind of rebounding a little bit from the crash that we saw. We saw some panic big time here just a little bit ago. A few hours ago, we saw it bad. I saw Doku down at 17. I saw Neymar down at 155. I think I saw. Yeah, cheapest sale last 24 hours is 143, right? So he's bounced back up a little bit. This is the kind of thing that happens at this time of the year. Everyone goes, oh, is this the time where everything's going to crash? And then you sell, and everyone's like, okay, never mind. It's not crashing. We buy back. And then, oh, is it going to happen again today? And then you sell again. It's kind of a ticking time bomb. This is why I thought yesterday when I was seeing tweets, or I think it was 2 days ago, not yesterday, I was seeing traders on Twitter say, hey, sit back and let the market rise. I'm like, okay, I don't actually think it's going to. I was getting gaslit into like buying shit, because I'm like, is everyone thinks it's going to? It wasn't everybody. I was seeing people on Twitter saying, yeah, it's going to rise. It's going to rise. I'm like, I'm really not sure. Inform Your Mall's actually bounced back from where he was. He's 80,000 cheapest sale. So you can see where this market's fluctuating. People are really market savvy now. When they see panic, oh my god, gotta sell now. It's hard to like really play the trends and get ahead of the curve. You gotta be, to be ahead of the curve, you have to be almost too early now. You have to sell too early to be ahead of the curve now. That's kind of how it feels, right? If you're talking about buying and selling cards, if you're trying to buy cards, the cards I think you can still buy, especially after Rivals rewards. Okay, the Van Dijks and Hollands, even Fodens, I would look at buying after Rivals rewards. Those types of cards you could definitely buy and probably look really good for a while on them, actually. But the lower tier cards are taking time bomb at this point, and just be ready for that crash to happen. I kind of wanted to save the gameplay comments for today's comment section, because I feel like the comment section is actually pretty positive, which is surprising. And I actually do think this is kind of a funny comment from Haha, ironically, saying, I like it slower, it keeps the rage in. I actually kind of think because the gameplay is so much slower, it actually is hard. It's less rage inducing. It's kind of funny how that works, even though, let's be honest here, there's still a ton of shit that happens that you cannot control in the game. I do feel like I'm getting mad less. Maybe that's because it's just new. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm still trying to figure it out, but it does feel a little less rage inducing than years before, which I think is kind of funny. But yeah, a lot of comments saying I'm liking the gameplay right now, actually. And F97 Footy saying, you know, Zayd is just saying facts. Also, there's no cracked meta like Aerial Plus like last year. It's just more realistic. If it stays this way, I totally agree with you. The realistic part, whether that's better or not, obviously that's neither here nor there right now, but this part where there's no cracked meta, I hope that's the case. I don't think that's going to be the case. We just haven't found it yet. We didn't find Aerial Plus really until a month in last year, when people started like really take note of it. And then it became insane 3-4 months in. It can take a while, and then that can really mess with the gameplay. So we can't make too much of a judgment now. Just be aware of that when you are praising the game, that we can say good things about it possibly, but then also be like, this is just temporary and we do need to see more. And I'm not like maybe quite as high as some people are about the gameplay yet. Things could change, of course, and it could end up terrible, and it could end up really, really good for the first time in a few years. Like Rob Futz is here, tackling's weird, dribbling is weird. There's a delay in both. If dribbling was slightly better, I think the passing is really good in this game, actually. I think the shooting is really, really good too. I love the fact that I can finish with Doku and finish with Endrick on even like their weak foot if it's a really good shot. That's a great change to me. Finishing has to be good. The dribbling is a little weird. I also like the tactic system, but I'll go into more more of this, and I'm gonna make a review of the actual game. Then Craig Melvin, in my opinion, passing is a lot more important this year than pace. I do think passing is super duper important this year. I do think that it's still not as important as pace. I kind of don't look forward to when we have crazier pace players because they're going to be so necessary. If the gameplay stays the same to me, I think that it will be very necessary to have really high pace players. Which, how would EA fix that problem? I don't like know the answer to that question really. Maybe there really is no way to fix it. But passing does mean a lot this year. Do not sleep on your passing stat. If you don't have incisive pass or like higher passing under midfielders, you are not doing it correctly this year. Tiki-taka, try and get that in some of your attackers maybe even. If you're struggling, you're probably not passing enough, which is kind of like last year, but even more so this year than last year. And most upvoted comment yesterday was CMAR4 saying, you know, they're really loving the gameplay right now. Like I said, I'm not loving it, I wouldn't say, but I'm actually more optimistic about it than I was like initial day one reaction. I feel like it's getting a little bit more, like I'm getting more used to it, but also it's going to be a big rivals day today because people need to get their wins, and we'll see if everybody playing 10 more games, it changes their opinion at all on the gameplay or if it makes it even better. So thanks for being here. I love you all. Since we're so peace.